Welcome everybody to our Truck Night America live here from Daytona International Speedway for the first race of the Gainbridge Truck Series season. Folks, it's Tri Davenport in the booth here for the Florida 500 and the first racing action we have in about 6 months here for the Gainbridge Truck Series. The last time we went racing was in the summer, but we are finally here in the new year to kick off this season. After a very long speed weeks with pole day and the duels 2 nights ago, it is finally time to go racing. Tonight, Avery Alford starts on the pole. On his outside will be the 80 of Ryan Osborne. Both of them have looked very good in their respective duels so far. We have two rookies starting on the front row. It'll be fun to see how they do in this race. But coming into tonight, folks, the weather looks really good. 75 degrees and winds going 6 miles per hour east. I cannot speak apparently, but not as windy as it was for the duels or qualifying. We saw about 15 to 20 mile per hour of winds in those respective events, but now in the main race, the wind is going to be much lower, so we'll see how much that impacts the field. But folks, it feels good to be back in the booth, and it feels good to finally officially go racing. Of course, we have the duels, but now we all have 41 trucks here tonight, and we're going to see who will win the first race of Season 2 and get their season started off right. But with no further ado, folks, let's head down trackside and preview all the things we need to know heading into tonight's race. So as I welcome you guys trackside here at Daytona International Speedway, there's a lot of things to go over heading into the race. First off, you heard me right, 41 trucks in this race. There is a 16 of Reggie Fogelman entering this race pretty late. Was not able to compete in qualifying in the duel, so he'll be starting from the rear. But yeah, we're gonna have 41 trucks racing this week. We might have even more next week, depending on what weekly rides show up. And speaking of weekly rides, Jimmy Wells in the number 2 for McLaren Motorsports, starting very well here tonight after a solid duel. So it'll be fun to see how he does. And he's got a lot of Dodges around him. He's got the 27 of Matthew Hubert and the 7 of Alexander Rowe right behind him. So we'll see if maybe even an open driver can possibly get a shot at the win today. But as we recap our duels, it was a pretty solid duel in Duel 1. It was a lot of great racing. We saw a photo finish between the 96 of Adrian Gale and the 36 of Brandon Haynes. While Duel 2 was a little bit more messy, not as much big names. Monica Pato sends it 4 wide, causes a huge wreck, takes out some early contenders. Kind of a sleeper race from that point. Chris Martins was able to win, and Chris Martin's win puts 2 Bow Racing trucks on the outside line. So you got that 80 of Ryan Osborne and now the 40 of Chris Martin's right behind him. So we'll see if those teammates get connected early on here tonight at Daytona. But Avery Alford looked very good in his duel, was competing a couple times, made some rookie mistakes, got put 3 wide quite a lot, left open some lanes, but that happens. Some guys that impressed me was the 40 of Chris Martins, the 96 of Gale had a lot of pace early on. Even the 37 of Jay Valen, he looked very good in his duel. He was controlling the field. He was good to draft with. Him and that 27 of Matthew Hubert are 2 guys I'm looking at coming into tonight's race as guys are going to be easy to work with as they looked very good in the duels working with other people. Although Valen's starting pretty far behind, I think he's going to be up here quite quickly. We'll see if we still see that lane shuffling we saw in both duels where that air from the back, from the truck behind pushes them up. Hopefully we don't see too much of that, but it's going to be a fun race. We have 41 trucks in this field. The duels, there was only 20, so it was packed, but it wasn't packed at the same time. You add another 20 trucks on that, more teammates. Well, it's going to be fun to see how it plays out. We'll see if we have any teammates working together. And yeah, so that's how the duels went. They were solid duels. Duel 2 was pretty bad, I can't lie. But Duel 1 was very eventful. We'll see if we get a photo finish in this main race. But my thoughts going to the race is you just got to keep it clean. You can't make too many mistakes. If you're forced 3 wide, just back out of it. Of course, if you're and you're on the third line on the top, there's not much anywhere you can go. You just have to hope and pray that guy in the middle doesn't make any mistake and take you out of this race. So that's kind of what we got from the duels. You just can't even send it 4 wide either. We saw Monica Pato do that, caused a huge wreck. So you can't send it 4 wide either. And yeah, pit strategy is going to be huge in this one too. That will separate the field quite a lot. So you got to pit with the guys you know you can work with to get back up because this draft is very important. So if you don't get hooked up with that draft, you could be in a lot of trouble. So, with no further ado, folks, my drivers to look out for in this race. I have quite a few, but I'm going to narrow it down to 4. obviously, I'm going to go with the two on the front row. Alfred and Osborne have been very fast all weekend. It's going to be fun to see how they work. Alfred, a rookie, but he's starting on the pole. He looked pretty promising. He's got a lot of experience on his team. Aaron Abel looks solid in his duel. So did Angel Gutierrez. And you know Gutierrez is going to give him some tips and tricks. Gutierrez was very solid in Daytona last year, I believe. So we'll see what he can lend his teammates some info on what to do. Wow, my third guy to look for is that 96 of Gale. Like I said, he moved to the front pretty quick in Duel 1, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in this race. I think he's going to be very fast in that 96. He's got his teammate, the number 9 of David Dixon, not too far behind him, so we'll see how it goes. And he's got a lot of Chevrolet teammates as well. Brandon Hayes is going to be pretty easy to work with. You just got to work with your manufacturers in these type of races. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of that teamwork in real life, but you got to do it sometimes. You got to work with the guys you know you can work with best. It's easier to work with a guy that's in the same department as you than a guy who isn't. So we'll see tonight if we see the Rams work together or the Toyotas. The Toyotas and Rams have been fast all weekend, while the Chevys and Fords have lacked a lot of pace. We'll see if the Fords or Chevys can start to compete with these Toyota and Rams, or will it be just a Toyota and Rams show in this race? But it is only the first race. We do have Atlanta next weekend, and that's kind of another drafting track. So if you're Chevy, you want to get this aerodynamic power issue figured out soon. I mean, it's not Chevy. For Chevy or Ford, you want to get this aerodynamic and power issue solved soon, because these first two races are going to be very challenging. They don't have their first speedway race until race number 3, and you can't just rely on having a great day at Auto Club, which also has some drafting involved as well. So we'll be going to the West Coast for that race, but yeah, you just got to play it safe. And then after that, we have Circuit of America and then 2 road courses. So not a lot of speedway opportunities to start off this season. So some guys may lack early on and make some comebacks. You don't really know, but right now we are focused on tonight's racing, seeing how this goes, because it's still a prestigious event, winning the Florida 500 in itself, and you kick off the season very well and have a lot of momentum going your way. So with no further ado, folks, I think that's all we need to know going to this race. Don't want to spend too much time talking here in the pre-race show. Did that a lot last season. Don't want to have too many 10-minute pre-race shows. So before we get rolling off and we go through our anthem stuff, my pick to win this race, I am going to go with that 27 of Matthew Hubert. Matthew Hubert is arguably the best super speedway racer in the Gainbridge Truck Series. He's shown that he can work really well at these drafting tracks, and he's got a lot of experience from last season winning at Talladega and Indianapolis. So we'll see if Hubert can get a win here once again at Daytona to kick off the season. And his teammates are strong too. Carson Miller and Avery Alfred and Alexander Rowe are very good, and we'll see if they can get connected together. But Hubert is just very strong at these tracks, and I trust him on looking very good. And I forgot to even mention, Hubert won Atlanta as well last season, another drafting track, so he just has a knack at winning these big races. And as we head into next week, if Hubert wins tonight and we head into next week, he's probably going to be my pick to win again, because he was very good at Atlanta, although it was nearly a photo finish. He worked his way to the front in that race as well, and he's just an aggressive driver at this track. Might want to say a little bit of a Joey Logano, but even smarter and more decisive with his moves. So I am going to go with Hubert for my pick to win this race. But no further ado, let's get into the anthem and get these trucks rolling off, and we'll go over your starting grid in this race.
Natalie Turgeon.
Oh, say, can't you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Drivers, start your engines.
So as the trucks are fired off and ready to go here for the Florida 500 here at Daytona, here is your starting lineup sponsored by Robin Hood. In row 1, the 42 of Avery Alford and the 80 of Ryan Osborne. In row 2, the 96 of Adrian Gale and the 40 of Chris Martins. In row 3 is the 36 of the 36 of Brandon Haynes and the 17 of Kyler Sustre. In row 4 is the 43 of Angel Gutierrez and the 84 of Patrick Nolan. In row 5 is the 2 of Jimmy West and the 9 of David Dixon. In row 6 is the 27 of Matthew Hubert and the 11 of Monica Pato. In row 7 is the 7 of Alexander Rowe and the 64 of Todd Gordon Castlenut. In row 8 is the 99 of Rocco Dorn and the 79 of David Spears. In row 9 is the 37 of Jay Valen and the 82 of Rick Lefert. And rounding out your top 20 in row 10 is the 20 of Ryan Little and the 97 of Matthew Burnett. So with no further ado, folks, it is finally time to go racing here at Daytona International Speedway, folks. I've been looking forward to this race for months, and it is finally time to go. So as you can see the rest of your starting grid on your screen, it'll be fun to see how this one goes. But like I said, 5 months and the work, maybe even more. I don't even know right now. All I know is the last race was in the summer. But as the pace truck will make his way down pit road, it'll be the 42 of Avery Alford leading us to green here to kick off season number 2. And the green flag is underway here for the Florida 500. And as they make their way through to complete lap number 1, it'll be Avery Alford to lead the first lap here at Daytona International Speedway. And you can see already a lot of shuffling throughout the field, but Adrian Gale has moved into second. That outside line not getting going, and that 2 of Jimmy West is holding up that number 27 Matthew Hubert, and Hubert's going to force it to the inside here, trying to make it 3 wide. There goes David Dixon as well, underneath the 84 Patrick Nolan and the 40 of Chris Martins. Unlike Hubert, he will get to the inside here, and there goes Dixon now. He has no help behind, though. Lots of shuffling throughout this field right now. Everybody trying to figure out where they want to go as Avery Alford still leads. A lot of trucks starting to fall off already. But still 3 wide as Nolan nearly hitting the apron there. Now he's forcing it to the inside of that 43 of Chris Martins. So now there goes that 84 of Nolan to the inside here, trying to make a move on that 43 of Gutierrez, but Gutierrez gets a good run on the inside. Avery Alford still leads us here, but now that inside line's starting to form, and here comes Gale trying to make a move on this 42 truck, but still nowhere for him to go quite at this moment. It is 56 laps in this race, so there's a long way to go, but right now this 42 is controlling the race so far. And now Brandon Haynes trying to move to the inside, nearly contact there. As he moves to the inside, he's got help from the 43 of Angel Gutierrez. Gutierrez now trying to get past it. It is 3 wide all the way behind. It's 11 of Monica Pato in the middle. There goes Jay Valen. Here comes the 23 of Carson Miller as well. Matthew Hubert stuck on that outside line behind Castlenut there, trying to make a move, but nowhere to go right now, as he's got the 2 of Jimmy West right behind him. But now Gutierrez trying to make a move for a second here, as it is 3 wide once again. Oh no! Alexander Rowe gonna make it 4 wide for a second. The 9 somehow gets out of it, but that was very close. And it is getting dangerous racing early on here at Daytona, as if David Dix did not get a run there, he would have been squeezed, and we would likely see our first wreck, and maybe even the big one here tonight at Daytona. But now that 42 still trying to make moves, but here comes the 7 of Alexander Rowe. He's got the 99 of Rago Dorn right behind him. Dorn with the Ford Performance Cam. Let's ride along with them. And now that 7 of Alexander Rowe trying to get a move off this 42, but this 43, but the 42 trying to give his teammate, the 43 of Angel Gutierrez, a tow. And Alexander Rowe looking for the lead, doesn't get it. I think he's gonna get a shot here. Looking for the lead from the 42 of Avery Alford. There goes Alexander Rowe to the inside now. So now Alexander Rowe trying to get the lead, but that 42 is going to get help from his teammate now. But right now, that 99 of Rocco Doran and his NS Racing partners are pushing this inside line to the lead. They got that 23 of Carson Miller as well, so it looks like a Vision Motorsports and NS Racing connection going on here on the inside line. Of course, NS Racing ran by Nathan Stapleton. Matthew Hubert runs Vision Motorsports. Hubert not faring too well, but those two definitely have a lot of history together commentating in the Gainbridge Truck Series. But right now, the 7 of Alexander Rowe side by side, and now Rago Dorn's going to be forced to the middle here, possibly by the 7 teammate of the 23 of Carson Miller. So there goes Carson Miller now. A lot of trucks lacking behind, notably the 03 of Peter Onjak. And wow, I actually forgot to mention this in the pre-race, but Peter Onjak won the fan vote. I believe Peter Onjak had 70% of the votes, but right now he is running dead last, along with the 16 of Reggie Fogelman, the 30 of William Ayers. And now they're going to try to get past and make some moves, but back up front, it is still Avery Alford now. He did get the lead back. Unfortunately, we missed it, but Avery Alford gets the lead back from this 7 of Alexander Rowe, and Alexander Rowe might be trying to work that outside line a little bit here, as they are now going to break out in the front, and now Caleb Rose is going to make it 3 wide with his teammate of the 97 of Matthew Burnett. So we'll see if they can get this working together, but it looks like they're going to now be going against each other. But now Avery Alford back into the lead. He's got that 7 of Alexander Rowe right behind him, but so far he has managed this race very well, as we are about to head on to lap 10 next time by. And there goes Alford to Rowe to the inside of Alford, and he's looking to make a move for the lead. He's going to have his 23 teammate right behind him if he can catch up. So now Alexander Rowe looking to challenge this 42 of Avery Alford for the lead. I don't know why I get the 7 and 42's names mixed up so much, but they are going at it now. So now the 23 of Carson Miller looking to get the lead from his teammate, the 7 of Alexander Rowe. So now Alfred Rowe and Gutierrez all stuck on that outside line as here comes Caleb Rose with that 23 of Carson Miller. Still stuck in that inside line is that 37 of Jay Valen and this 9 of David Dixon. Can they maybe get this middle line going maybe? They might get some help here soon, but now we're starting to see that shuffling effect as there goes the 98 of Caleb Rose now. He's going to start the challenge for the lead. So if teams want to cut this race in half, we probably will expect pit stops around a lap 28 is my guess. So we're still a little bit out of the pit window, but it is something to think about. As now we've seen a lot of guys start to come up from the back. The 5 of Tanner Calvert, the 20 of Ryan Little, Joseph Wood, even Patrick Raven, who looked good in his duel but unfortunately got involved in the wreck. They're looking good. Matthew Burnett now going to be stuck on that outside line as there goes Dixon still running that middle line here with Jay Valen, his Chevy teammate. So it is starting to get a little bit hectic up here, but now Rose still controlling it, but now that 23 of Carson Miller is getting a huge run with support from his teammate of Alexander Rowe. Miller's going to try to block both lanes, and he will. He does a great job at getting that run in the middle of the corner. And now he is going to move back to the inside line here in front of Rose and try to manage both lanes as he's trying to do what Avery Alford did in the first couple of laps. So now Carson Miller, how well can he manage this lead? Raced for Nice Motorsports last season, and now Tanner Calvert looking for second. He's going to make it 3 wide. There goes Calvert now. Looking to make it 3 wide here for second place, and we'll see if he can get the move off, but the 6 of Raven is going to abandon him, or no. This is close here. Raven trying to make a move, it doesn't quite happen, and now Alexander Rowe is going to help his teammate and push him out front, and he moves into second. Raven breaks up the run they had going, and now it's 2 Vision Motorsport Rams up here. So wow, what a turn of events there, and they are setting sail now. And no, Rowe using the slingshot method we saw Charlie Davenport and myself use last year on the final lap. Slingshots past his teammate here, and now Alexander Rowe back to leading that 7 WeatherTech machine. We saw a lot of drivers do that, including me last season here at this track, and it is one of the better moves you can use to get the lead here. Get the draft off the back, close up, and then make a sudden move that the driver in front of you can't react to, and it gets Alexander Rowe the lead, but he is not working well with his teammate of Carson Miller. Was pushing him out front at first, I thought, but he uses that slingshot method now. So we'll see how long he can hold on to this lead, but he doesn't have much help as Patrick Raven is lacking behind. Trey Wright stuck in that middle. Oh, David Dixon here might be 4 wide. Oh, and there they go. Jay Valens was here. Joseph Windner, Ricky Moore, Ronnie Hauger. Oh, and it's a huge wreck. It's the big one. A huge wreck here. Ryan Osborne involved. Oh, Mahawald makes it through. Arcadia, Daniel. Lots of guys moving quickly, and they somehow make it through. But they did hit the outside line. The 82, Ricky LaFleur was involved in that one as well. The big one is out here at Daytona International Speedway, and that will be the first caution here, as the 36 of Haynes involved as well, and his engine is gone. Back up front here, it's going to be the 23 of Carson Miller leading us back to the caution here, but man, oh man. That was insane. I saw it for a second. Dixon and that 37 were playing a dangerous game, and it doesn't work out. David Spears involved. 57 of Walsh. Haynes' engine is out. The 37 looks like he's going to be going. Osborne still too. But man, oh man, a lot of trucks on pit road as well, as we have the big one here on lap number 14, I believe. The 33 of Young's involved. The 01 of Lexi Herman, of course, the 9 of Dixon, the 17 of Sustre, and they catch up here with the Pace truck. It's going to be Carson Miller leading, the 6 of Patrick Raven in second, folks, but the big one comes out here on lap number 13 or 14. But let's go check out what happened to bring out the first caution here today. We already got a glimpse, but we got to look at it further. So let's go check out the replay of the big one. So as we ride along here with the 9 of Dixon, you see, makes contact with his teammate, and then the rest of it just on hills behind. And yeah, that 9 of Dixon saw a gap, went for it. Shades of Ricky Stenhouse in a recent year at Daytona. Got everybody involved. Him and Logano, there was a gap that did not exist, and he went for it, and it doesn't quite work. And oh my lord, that was close between the 92, 32, and you see Reggie Fogelman make it through all the SC Racing guys, but man, oh man, they rode the wall there, so they're going to have to make sure the right sides are good. But, of course, we got to take even more in-depth look at this one. But, man, oh, man, let's see how Chris Martin's got through this. And, holy cow, he got through it. You see Ricky LaFleur, his teammates, Ronnie Halger. Oh, unfortunate for Red Bull Fallout Racing. I wonder if even Patrick Nolan got involved in this. We have to see. I think he made it through. Luckily, oh. And, oh, he got a lot of contact, Nolan. So all 3 Red Bull Fallout Racing trucks involved in that one. Alexander Rowe, the driver of the 7, the team owner of Red Bull Fallout Racing, is not going to like to see that. But, yeah, it's just, he went for an invisible gap here. I mean, there was a gap, but you don't make that type of, you don't try to make that move. So kind of a mistake there by Dixon. I mean, even a bigger mistake, he collides with his teammate here, which is even worse. So, I mean, as we ride along here once again, it just, yeah, let's ride with the helicopter cam. We see it all transpire here. Contact, Balin into his teammate Joseph Wood, and then they both spin up. The 20 Ryan Little hooks somebody. Haynes gets head-on contact. 79 of Spears almost makes it through, then he ass-packs the other driver in front of him. So, yeah, that's what happened here at Daytona to bring out the big one and the first caution here. Some drivers are going to be very upset with that one. Luckily, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad of a wreck. It doesn't look like anybody should have any injuries that will be long-term from that one. But they kept racing on through, but you hate to see it, man. Dixon, all of them involved. But that is the replay of this wreck here at Daytona. Let's catch back up live here as the trucks make their decision if they want to come down pit road or stay out. We're around 3 laps out from the pit window. So we are back live here at Daytona, and it looks like a bunch of guys are going to bring it down here. So we're going to bring it down pit road here, and we'll see what they take here. We're 13 laps out of the pit window, but we might see a multi-stop race here now. So everybody's going to get some fresh tire and rubber. We're looking to see a couple guys took some damage, especially these guys right here, that 92, that 32, the 81. They all scraped the wall pretty bad trying to avoid that first wreck. So, yeah. We'll see them all come in, even your pole sitter of Avery Alford here. We'll see who wins the race off of pit road. Adrian Gill, you have to be wondering what he's thinking in his cockpit. He's got to be wondering what was his driver, David Dixon, doing there, going for that type of gap in this type of race that early on. And a lot of drivers are going to be upset. Alfred comes out. Oh, I think Abel may have got him there. His teammate, I think, got him, but see the race off pit road, a lot of guys, I think, just went fuel only, maybe. Some guys repairing damage, but man, oh man, that is a big wreck to start off this race. And see Reggie Fogelman right here in that 16. So Fogelman comes out, so to be Abel. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So it's going to be Abel, Raven, Miller, Fogelman. No, it's going to be, yeah, I thought Alfred got there. Okay, so it's going to be Abel, Alfred, Raven, Miller, Fogelman, Gutierrez, Pato, Hallie Anderson Jr., Alexander Rowe, Tanner Calverts, Dorn, Rose, Taylor, Wright, and then it'll be Shields, Kelly, Daniel, and all of them behind. So our first wreck takes out a bunch of contenders here, as it's going to be the 57 out. It's going to be the 33 of Carl Young out of this race. You hate to see it for Young. it's going to be the 36, Brandon Haynes. It looks like his valve had an issue after that wreck. And the 83 of Ronnie Hauger. So, James, of course, the 9 retires as well. So you hate to see it for those guys. That is your wreck recap here. We'll see more guys come in here. The 79 retired as well. And looks like the 83, looks like the 84 might be able to continue here. And you just hate to see it. You just can't go for that type of gap there if you're that number 9 of David Dixon. Goes for it, doesn't quite work out. That sometimes is how racing is. So that's going to take out quite a few trucks. It's going to take out about 6 of the trucks in this race. So looks like the rest of them will try to keep it going here, but you know, it's going to be tough for them to stay on pace. That 80 of Ryan Osborne so fast. You see the damage on the back of that 40 of Chris Martin's there. So we'll see what lap we restart on. It looks like it'll be lap number 20 here. But folks, what are your thoughts on that caution right there? The big one comes out early, takes out nearly all of Red Bull Fallout Racing. And we'll just have to see how the rest of this one goes. We still have a lot of great guys left in this race. It was a lot of fun racing up front, seeing the different lanes. I saw Carson Miller look really good. The 7, the 42. Racing Motorsports, I mean, what a day, what a night they're having so far. The 41's up here, the 42, the 43, like I said, of Gutierrez. I mean, that 15, Hallie Anderson Jr. being up here is a little concerning. They're probably going to cause a huge stack up on the restart along with the 45 of Sarah Taylor. So, and that 74. But, we'll have to see how it goes. So, as they make their way around, actually I think it'll be lap 19 possibly. They might be still trying to clean up some debris on the backstretch, but it'll be lap number 19. We restart this race as the 17 and 01 of Lexi Herman might be done and out of this one as they are bringing it down. So here comes Lexi Herman coming down pit road and the 17 of Sustre. Patrick Raven got involved in that dual 2 wreck. Likely not going to be happy that his driver, the 17 of Sustre, got involved. Sustre did have the TRD development cam, but it looks like he might be done for this one. So as they make their way around, we will be restarting this race on lap number 19. It will be the number 41 of Aaron Abel leading us back to green. So it should be double file restarts here, which will put Alfred on the outside line. There is no choose cone. And Patrick Raven behind the number 41. So we'll see if they get that sorted out. That 41 of Abel looks like he has maybe a little bit of damage on the right side of his bumper here, but that could be the lighting. But here we go here for the restart here in the Florida 500. A huge wreck there on lap number 13 and 14. We'll see how this restart plays out. We'll see how these guys do here on the second go around. And we'll see, we still have some great racing. A few contenders are already going to have a lot of damage. That 17 and 01 are catching up, but man, oh man. Let's see how this restart goes here. As it'll be the 41 of Aaron Abel leading us back to green. As he's going to make his way through the Geico restart zone as there goes a pace truck pulling down. And the green flag is going to be back out and underway here in the Florida 500. Now, if there was a rule, if there was a DQ on passing out the line, that 42 would have been DQ'd, but not DQ'd, but gotten a black flag. But Avery Alford moves into the lead. I mean, they could have gone at the same time, but now he moves into the lead. We got 4 Toyotas up here with the loner, the 23 of Carson Miller. And now, yeah, that 43 Gutierrez says, yeah, I'm going to get out of that lane, buddy. I'm going to work with my Toyota teammates here. Is now that 23 of Miller Going to be a sitting duck here as he hopes for that 11 of Monica Pato or even that number 7 of Alexander Rowe comes to help him out. And we might see, yeah, we're going to start to see a little bit of stack up here as there's a lot of slower trucks here now restarting up here. It's 03 of Onjak here. Might be stacking everybody up here. He is not too quick here at Daytona. Yeah, you can see the speed difference. Oh, Shields. Kelly, oh, back up front. There is a move for the lead. For a second there, that 6 of Raven was looking for the lead. It is a Toyota show up here, up front, as now there goes Raven now, looking to the inside of Avery Alfred with help from the 43 of Angel Gutierrez. It doesn't look like we're going to see any Team Penske stuff with Racing Motorsports lining up. They're lining up in a line. It's just sitting there and managing the race. And now it is going to be Raven moving into the lead there as that 42 of Alfred's going to have to back off. How long will he hold this lead, though? As now there goes Gutierrez. He's going to leave him out to dry and try to work with his Racing Motorsports teammates on the top line. As now Raven's going to have to manage both lanes. He's got 3 Rams behind him on the inside, and he's got 3 Toyotas behind him on the outside. Hopefully, hoping his Toyota teammates will work with him here. See a gap starting to form, but here comes that 99 of Doran trying to get some stuff going. So is that 5 of Calvert. Here comes Chris Martins as well, the 84 of Nolan, the 96. They're going to try not to lose this draft too early on. And here comes that 81 of James Daniel as well, trying to catch up and get into this draft. But the 6 of Raven still leads this one, as you see a lot of trucks lagging behind more than last time. A few trucks were involved in that previous wreck. Of course, that 17 of Sustre and Herman, the team. Oh, and there goes the 43 of Angel Gutierrez looking for the lead. Coming up on a halfway at lap 28. There goes Gutierrez looking for the lead, but will maybe that 7 of Alexander Rowe make it 3 wide for the lead? Yes, he will. There goes Alexander Rowe to the inside. Rowe looking for the lead now. He's got help from Carson Miller, the 11 of Monica Pato, and the 98 of Caleb Rosen, the 27 of Matthew Hubert on that inside line. So now 3 wide here, racing for the lead, and he's going to kind of push that 43 Gutierrez up, maybe banging doors there. And now there goes Alexander Rowe into the lead, but Monica Pato, she was very aggressive in duel number 2, and does she try to make a move here for the lead on Alexander Rowe? There she goes. Pato, a very aggressive driver now, and she's trying to make some moves for the lead. But that 41 is going to help that 7 on the inside line, as there goes Calvert now trying to slingshot past this number 99 of Rocco Dorn. It doesn't quite work. They might be being held up by that 81 of Daniel here. So now there goes Rowe, but it's going to be Gutierrez leading this lap actually. So now working that outside line with help from Abel. And back behind, you see the 82, Ricky LaFleur, the 20, all of them slacking behind. Even the 64 of Todd Gordon Castlenut. 65, 64, I think I might have said, I don't know. So far this race has been very hectic. But now the 7 of Rowe still trying to maintain this lead. He has been very good so far in this race. But here comes Carson Miller, his teammate, to the inside of Monica Pato. That 43 of Gutierrez still managing this race, though. He's getting a great run on that middle line. So now Gutierrez is going to maintain the lead. So now that 7 of Rowe looking to the inside, and out of the retired trucks, Brandon Haynes, the 9, that 79 as well. They were involved in these fights as well. Haynes looked very strong, got unfortunately shuffled back and involved in that one. But now Gutierrez driving away a little bit. We'll see if he's a sitting duck though here on the backstretch. Honestly, looks like he gained some more time on him there for a second. But now Rowe going to try to work with Carson Miller, his teammate, on that middle line, seeing that it's working out well for the 43 of Gutierrez when he's stuck in battles for the lead. But now Caleb Rose being very antsy in that number 98 for NS racing behind, trying to make a move now. And he's going to make a move here for third there. But Gutierrez still leading the way here. And be 2 more around until we get to lap 28, the halfway point in this race. And we haven't seen green flag pit stops just quite yet, but now there's a lot of drivers on split strategies here. So we'll see how the rest of this one plays out. Some guys may need a caution here to just completely reset this race. But now you can see a lot of guys starting to catch up here. I mean, even Peter Onjak's looking very good, working with that 92 of Nick Mahawad. As there goes the 5 of Tanner Calvert looking for fourth, but there goes Alexander Rowe challenging this 43 Gutierrez once again. So there goes Rowe looking for the lead at the line. It's still going to be Gutierrez though. But here comes Matthew Hubert. Won Atlanta, Talladega, and Indianapolis last season. Who's he going to work with? He's going to work with that 43, it looks like. As there goes Calvert with help from the 40 of Chris Martins now. His teammate might be out of this one, Ryan Osborne, who started on the row number 1, but Chris Martin's still going to try to bring it home for Bo Racing. There's lots of shuffling behind as they are starting to get very, very close here. And this racing might come hectic here soon as everybody's now in that draft and they are towing along. Peter Onjak even in this fight too as well. I already mentioned him, but that truck somehow has some juice in it. But now Gutierrez still leading and managing this race well here at the halfway point. 28 more to go now in this one. Well, technically 29. So now Rowe trying to make a move. He's gonna, wow, he pushes this 27 of Hubert out the way. Says, you're not gonna work with me, I'm not gonna work with you either. As now he is a sitting duck on that outside line. As Calvert stuck all the way up there too. These guys trying to separate themselves, but here comes Caden Arcadia and some guys, Reggie Fogelman, the other open entry, and they're working on the inside with Arcadia and that too, the other open entry of Jimmy West. So they make their way through. Now Alexander Rowe stuck all the way on that outside line. Gets no help there, and he now flies all the way back. And here comes Avery Alford with help from Hubert behind. As now it does look like it's about to become a two-wide racing show as everybody's getting close to Arcadia trying to make a move on the 16 of Fogelman, but not quite anywhere to go just yet. Gutierrez looking to get the most laps led in this race. And of that 43, Gutierrez was so vocal last season. He knew he had the talent. He just couldn't put it together with Rev Racing, but right now, racing under the Racing Motorsports banner. But now there goes the 40 of Chris Martins using that slingshot method, looking for the lead. There goes Chris Martins in that 40 number 40 Mopar machine for Bo Racing. So now Martins looking for the lead, but here comes Avery Alford. He gets a huge run on that inside line. Does he try to make the move? Oh, there goes Hubert. He says, if you're not going to make the move, I will. 3 wide for second. Oh, Gutierrez will be stuck on that outside line as we have lap traffic of Ricky LaFleur up ahead. So now, trying to bring it home for Bo Racing is that 40 of Chris Martins. So 3 wide behind here for second. That 82 Ricky LaFleur up ahead, though. He's going very slow. He might be out of this race. He might be receiving the black flag to get out of the way. But here comes that 40 of Chris Martins here. And they are closing up quick here on that 82 of LaFleur. And he's going to stack this all the way up. As there goes Martins. Oh, right into the back of that 82. Tell him to move out the way, buddy. And, oh, it's going to get close here. Stacking everybody up. But he's going to go down to pit road. That 82 is done for this one. But that moves the 27 of Hubert into the lead. Chris Martin's not going to be happy with that 82 of Ricky. Oh, huge wreck behind! There goes Miller! They're all wrecking. Oh, Dorn's involved! Another caution is out here at Daytona in the Florida 500. Miller, Dorn. Oh, Miller's stuck on that inside line. He's parked it. Oh, my Lord. I do not know what happened right there. Oh, the 83 of Onjack, the 7 of Alexander Rowe. Oh, no. Oh, and the 38 of Joseph Woods out of this one. That's going to be another blow to Haynes Racing here at Daytona. Coming back through, it'll be Matthew Hubert leading this race. But man, oh man. That 82 causes a stack up there. He did get DQ'd. He was way off the pace, but man, you hate to see it. Nolan involved as well. And as we make our way around, Alexander Rowe is going to probably have to park it for this one too, as he was doing so good for Vision Motorsports. But as a caution is out here on lap 33, let's go see what happened, because I have no idea what just transpired there. You see here on the replay, folks, the same instant we saw before, the 16 Reggie Fogelman. There is not a gap there, son. And he makes a move, and he's going to contact everybody behind. And Alexander Rowe flying all the way up the track into Arcadia in the 98 of Rose. Oh, Lord. That was a bad wreck for the 7 of Alexander Rowe. Oh, no. I hope he's good after that one. The 32 of Arcadia caught contact. But you can't make that type of move if you're the 16 of Fogelman, especially in this type of race. Goes for an imaginary gap, Alexander Rowe. I mean, those two have history too. And Fogelman involved with Rowe, turns his teammate Carson Miller. Rowe, nowhere to go, tries to back it down, but oh, he's gonna slide and right into Arcadia. And he catches Hublot, this huge blow. 16 of Fogelman, even after causing all of that, makes it through. And then a head-on hit for Peter Onjack as well. And oh man, Rowe was going to have to get checked out at the medical center after that one. That was a horrific wreck. And I hope that driver is okay. And that 7th machine is, man. And then, that 38. Oh no. Hopefully Alexander Rowe is okay after that one. But folks, let's get back into the live racing action. There's not much to go to in that replay. You just see 16 goes for an imaginary gap just like the number 9 brings out the big one, as there's not a lot of competitive trucks left in this one here in the Florida 500. So as we're back live here in the Florida 500, another big one happens. The 16 of Reggie Fogelman goes for an imaginary gap just like that number 9 of David Dixon, and it doesn't quite work out for him. So you hate to see it, but that sometimes is just the case here at Daytona International Speedway, as we're going to see them all bring it down here. Not a lot of trucks left in this one. Alexander Rowe, hopefully he is okay. We'll probably have to learn more post-race, but the 38's out. The 99 of Ralgo Dorn is retired from this one. And, man, you hate to see it there. Just, wow. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. And we'll have to see how this race off pit road works, but that was a bad wreck for Alexander Rowe. So Alfred makes it down pit road. Not a lot of trucks left in this one. We'll see if Miller's able to continue, but if you're Vision Motorsports, you're just hoping Matthew Huber can bring it home, because the rest of your drivers are in a tough spot right now. You see the 96 Gale gets some repairs. The 6 Raven Ayers, Castlenut, the 80 of Ryan Osborne, the 52 Emily York Watson. Here comes Ryan Little. Alexander is still getting his truck repaired on pit road. Don't think he's done. Yeah, the 84's out of it. That takes all the Red Bull Racing trucks out of this one. And I think Alexander Rowe is going to be done on this race. I mean, I don't see how the officials would let him continue even after how bad that wreck was. So the race off the pit road was won by the 42 of Alfred, I believe. This 01 and 17 still have to pit, but woo, what a race so far. That is an unfortunate unfortunate uh I guess sequence of events there for the 7 and 23 who were running so well. Miller and Rowe was having an all-time performance here at the Super Speedway alongside that number 43 of Gutierrez, but it just doesn't quite work out for them. So, yep, Alexander Rowe going to be retired from this one. On Jack out as well. We have a lot of drivers out of this one now. So, see how the rest of this race goes. Just over halfway. Just about, I want to say, when we come to the restart, which will likely be on lap number 37, there would be just under 20 laps to go, I think. Yeah. Be around 19 laps to go, I think. So Alexander Rowe, he'll get checked out at the medical center after that one. That was a pretty bad wreck. I mean, we do have an injury system now here and in our Truck 9 America, and for that to happen in the first race at Daytona, that could not be a great sight, but we'll see if it's just minor for that number 7 and all the other drivers involved as well. And it looks like Carson Miller is going to try to continue this one. So, gonna try and continue this race. He got quite a bit of damage. Got stuck on the apron, had to get towed for a sec. Had to get help to get off of it, but we'll see if how Miller does in the rest of this one. That Delaware Life truck, but we'll see when we restart here. But Miller's gonna be a few laps down now. He's gonna be 1 lap down. But that has a lot of drivers out in this one. That is about about 11 drivers out of this race. So as they make their way through, we will see coming to this restart how this one plays out for the rest, but I have no clue how Racing Motorsports has made it throughout this race. I mean, being up front pays, and they just have a great show there as we will see how this restart plays out. Here as we the 42 Avery Alfred on the inside. On the outside will be the 40 of Chris Martins. I mean, there's still quite a few contenders left, but for being honest, it's just this top 4 and then Aaron Abel. That 2 of Jimmy West is somebody to watch out for, though. The 6 of Raven caught some contact, but I mean, we'll see if these guys can tow along in the strap, but a few of them are definitely going to be out of this one. And some might even get DQ'd if they're running too slow, so we'll see how it plays out. But a lot of trucks retired from this one. About 11 of them, I think. So I have a pop-up there. But as we come to the restart here, we'll see who gets the better launch. Avery Alfred got the better launch on the outside last restart, but Alfred now has help from his teammate Angel Gutierrez right behind, who has dominated this race so far. Those who have been going at it for the most laps led that. But on top, Martins does have help from Hubert. and Pato, who are two Ram partners. So we'll see how they are able to do. It'll be 19 more to go here in this race. Well, 20 more to go. But as they make their way through the Geico restart zone, the green flag is back out and underway here at Daytona International Speedway. An even restart here as Avery Alford going side by side with that 40 of Chris Martins. So now, getting help from his teammate there. You see the fall off already from some of the guys. These guys are trying to keep it trucking, trying to push each other along so they don't get DQ'd for being too slow. But Alford moves out into the lead, but he's got his teammate right behind him. But there goes the 43 of Angel Gutierrez making a move on his teammate to get the lead once again here at Daytona International Speedway. He has led the most laps so far in this race, I believe, and now he has got the lead, but there goes the 27 of Matthew Hubert. They basically switch lanes here as there goes Hubert. $18 more to go next time around. Miller's lacking off the pace. We'll see what he's running here. 158, that's about 20 miles per hour off if I had to guess. So he might be out of this one, but we will see what they're running up here. But now Hubert into the lead, but here comes Chris Martins now. Trying to make a move on Matthew Hubert, the last remaining Vision Motorsports truck that is competitive in this race. So still going at it are these guys up here. Lots of underdogs up here now. Calvert's been able to stay out of trouble. Reggie Fogelman in the 16, he has not been able to stay out of trouble, but he is up here now. Jimmy West in the number 2 open truck. But these 5 here, Abel, Hubert, Martins, Gutierrez, Alfred, have all been able to stay out of trouble and lead a bunch of laps in this race. But now there goes Gutierrez to the inside of Matthew Hubert trying to get the lead here. These two having an all-time duel here at Daytona. Single file behind. But if we know anything, that draft will play a huge role, and these guys will start to stack up here pretty soon. But now Gutierrez trying to close down that lane. Doesn't quite work, but 3 wide here for third as there goes Aaron Abel now to the inside of that 16 of Reggie Fogelman. As now here comes Abel trying to maybe challenge for the lead. He has not quite had the lead so far. He might have had it once in this race, but he has been a contender. But he's got Alfred right behind him, his teammate. As now Hubert's stuck all the way on the outside there. As now Calvert's going to move to the inside. That allows Hubert to move right in front of that 6 of Raven. But it might be 3 wide here for the lead. As there goes that 41 of Aaron Abel to the lead now. Still 3 wide there. It was still Gutierrez at the line. He tied with Martins, matter of fact. Oh, Alfred gets on the apron there. He's trying to make a move on Abel. No, not quite there. But there goes Avery Alford, but there goes Calvert as well. Alfred makes contact. He bumps doors with his teammate. So now still battling hard up front here. That 23 of Carson Miller is going to have to park the truck, though. Officials have said he is going too slow, so he is out of this race. So unfortunately for Vision Motorsports, only 1 soldier left. That 27 of Matthew Hubert. But now, into the lead goes Aaron Abel, the owner of Racing Motorsports, who have been so good so far here at Daytona. But how long can he hold this lead for? Is now Raven behind, nearly making contact with that 43rd Gutierrez. Not going to let him get in line there. He's going to move to the inside there. Here comes Jimmy West as well. But now that 41 has got a huge lead here. We are closing in on the final stretch in this race. I don't think there needs to be any more pit stops in this one. I think everybody is good to go. We will see how the rest of this one plays out, but I believe everybody is good to go. So now Aaron Abel's still in the lead here, controlling it. But those guys are battling fiercely behind Calvert in this. Wells now gets help from the open truck of Reggie Folkman, but now a lot of guys starting to fall off here. Heck, even that number 01 of Monica Paddle here in that 55 with Trey Wright. Trey Wright might actually have to bring it down pit road here. So yeah, I think Trey Wright will have to bring it down here. He's going way too slow according to the officials, so he'll have to bring it down here as here comes the lead pack is closing up on him very soon, and that 01 of Lexi Herman's being told to bring it down as well. So those guys not going too fast here, but now I am out of all sort. Here we go. We're back up front to the lead pack here. And this 41 of Aaron Abel is now getting his fair share of laps led in this race after the 43 Gutierrez and the 42 of Avery Alford were able to experience this. So we'll see how long they keep this going for. Hopefully no more mistakes from guys. We've seen a lot of messed up material in this one so far. And yeah, that 55 gonna bring it down. But now that 41 of Aaron Abel, just 11 to go now at the line. Well, no, 12 to go now at the line. As we are coming to the final moments, and there goes Chris Martins now looking for the lead. Got a great run on this 41 of Aaron Abel, and here goes Martins now trying to challenge for this one. So now Aaron Abel, but he's going to get in front. Oh, no. Martins uses the draft. He gets the 41 out the way now. That puts Racing Motorsports on that outside line. But here comes Matthew Hubert helping out this Ram teammate, the number 40 of Chris Martins. Those two are the final soldiers for Ram, and they are working together here. As now that 5 of Calvert trying to break it up though. That 11 Macapato actually still is in this one, but not been too fast so far. But these two are trying to hold it down there. As now Chris Martin's going to get his fair share of laps led. Sorry, did not mean to flip there. Get his fair share of laps led. So a lot of trucks out of this one, but that's just how the name of the game is here at Daytona. But as we come to the line, 10 more laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. Who will win it? Lots of fast and competitive trucks left in this one. As now Hubert there, he's going to get put 3 wide for second as here comes Calvert with help from the 2 Toyotas behind. The 6 and the 16. And Calvert may look for the lead as well. The last driver for Red Racing in this one, trying to get something going here, as now Martin's going to have to manage all 3 lanes here. Martin's trying to scoot past, but there goes Tanner Calvert in the Budweiser machine. So now, coming to the line, 9 more to go in this race. Calvert now trying to get his first lap sled on the night. And that 32 of Caden Arcadia might be the next slow truck to be told to bring it down. But I think they might just survive. But right now, this 40 of Chris Martin still trying to push it through though. And he's going to get back in front of that number 5 of Calvert. And they're still shuffling behind. Oh, back here they are getting really squirmy. Now it's going to be 3 wide. A couple rows deep here. About 2 or 3 rows. I don't even really know. That 2 Jimmy Wells is in an interesting spot here. And now, there goes Reggie Fogelman now, trying to make a move to get behind the 6 of Patrick Raven. Or does Fogelman try and make it 3 wide here? No, not quite. Aaron Abel battling hard with his teammate, the 43 of Gutierrez. And as this racing is going on, let's ride on board on the Chevrolet Accessories cam with this number 96 of Angel Gutierrez there in that Tires and More machine for Gale Force Racing. So you see up front, battling hard still is at 32, has to bring it down. They're done for the night. Is that 6 of Patrick Raven now getting the lead here. But here comes Aaron Abel as well, trying to make it in. So now, just 6 more laps to go in this race. Now there goes Patrick Raven to the lead. But as they are squirming behind, trying to form up lanes together, it is going to be a very interesting ending here. As now that 27 of Hubert trying to push along this 41 of Abel. But here comes Fogelman with help from the 42 of Avery Alford, our pole sitter. There they go now working together. The 6 of Raven still leads though. So now 5 more to go at the line. There's a lot of company ahead. There might be some more trucks that have to go and park it here to not mess this up. But now Calvert now going to try to work with the 27 of Matthew Hubert here. Riding on board with that 27 of Hubert, trying to catch up to the 6 and 41 here. Do we see the slingshot method by that 41 of Aaron Abel is the question. Now just 4 to go at the line. So now Aaron Abel here trying to get something going, see if he can pass this number 6. So there goes Hubert now trying to make a move on that 41. As a few more trucks are going to have to bring it down pit road, going too slow at this point in this race. But Hubert trying to get to this 41, but he just has no help. There's no Rams around him that are going to be able to help him right now. That 11 not close. The 40 of Chris Martin's right behind. That's number 42 of Avery Alford. Is just 3 more to go here in the Florida 500. What is left in the tank for some of these drivers? There goes Aaron Abel now, looking for the lead from Patrick Raven. Almost 2 more to go next time around in this race. Who will be the winner to start off season number 2? As now Hubert back to the back of the 41, and here comes everybody else. That draft is starting to get close here. It's going to be 2 more to go here in the Florida 500. What is left in the tank for these drivers? 2 more to go. That outside line is fading right now, but there goes Matthew Hubert. Looking for the lead now. And does Alfred go with his teammate? Yes, he does. Avery Alfred going to help his teammate out there, try to get that line going, but Raven's not going to be able to help them. Does Gutierrez move up there? No, he does not. So as we make our way around, yes, he does. So those 5 does not get past the 6, so that outside line does have some help. But as we're coming around through turns 3 and 4, 1 more to go. The white flag is out here at Daytona. Who will get the win? A white flag here at Daytona International Speedway. Matthew Hubert on the inside line. He's got help from the 40 of Chris Martins. One of the best super speedway racers here in our Truck 9 America. Abel tries to block. He doesn't have room to do it. Matthew Hubert to the inside. On the backstretch for one final time. Will it be a drag race to the line? Abel's got help from his teammate Avery Alfred on the top. Coming through turns 3 and 4. One final time here in the Florida 500 here at Daytona. It looks like it will be a drag race. Coming to the line, side by side for a second. Will it be? The 41 Abel will be the 27 Hubert. It was Aaron Abel. Aaron Abel's going to win the Florida 500. Nearly a photo finish at the line, but Aaron Abel gets it done for Racing Motorsports. He gets them their first win in our Truck Night in America. In debut, the rookie Aaron Abel beats out the veteran, the number 27 of Matthew Hubert. And Aaron Abel is your race winner. What a race win there for Aaron Abel and Racing Motorsports. Such a stout team all night. All 3 trucks finished, but Aaron Abel is victorious here at Daytona International Speedway. So Aaron Abel gets the win here on debut to start off 2026 and Season 2 of the Gainbridge Truck Series season. Come down, try to pass inspection here, and then you'll try to burn it down, and then we will get into your results of this race. What a show here at Daytona. So as Aaron Abel finishes burning it down here, here's your results here from Daytona International Speedway. Your winner, Aaron Abel, gets it just over Matthew Hubert. Hubert couldn't quite get the help from Chris Martins and the guys behind him. But coming in third will be Avery Alfred, your pole sitter. Fourth will be the 40 of Chris Martins there. A great day for him. His teammate unfortunately got taken out early, but he perseveres through. The 6 of Raven in fifth. Gutierrez there in 6th. I think he had the most laps led on the day. Tanner Calvert was strong there. Reggie Fogelman and Jimmy West all finished 8th and 9th. That is good for the open trucks. And then in 10th is Monica Pato to round out your top 10. And then you have guys like Adrian Gale who got involved in earlier incidents. Emily York Watson, Hallie Anderson Jr., the 14 of Skylar Taylor, the 45 of Skylar Taylor. William Ayers pushes through. Nick Mahowald, and some other key names, Castle Nuts, the 81 of James Daniel, and the rest of the guys. Rhodes just too slow. He's not able to finish this one. Jay Valen as well, and we make our way further through. The finishing results, Arcadia too slow as well. But yeah, you see all the wrecks there. Just unfortunate for those drivers. But man, oh man, what a first race here in our Truck Night in America to start off Season 2 here for the Gainbridge Truck Series season. You see the rest of the results on your screen. Valiant efforts from guys like Alexander Rowe, Rocco Dorn, the 36 of Haynes, David Dixon, all those guys just involved in early wrecks, takes them all out. They don't get to compete for the end of this one. We don't know the update on Alexander Rowe's condition after that terrible wreck, and even more guys who got some pretty hard hits. We'll know furthermore. You can find all that news in the Discord. But with no further ado, folks, that's all from me, Charlie Davenport, signing off here from our Truck Night in America. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. We'll see you all next week for Atlanta Motor Speedway, where Matthew Hubert looks to go back-to-back in the Peach State 250.